Welcome to Movie Top. 2026 and cinema is not playing around. 12 films ranging from dark comedies with absurd crimes to romantic vampires, serial killers, Caribbean pirates, and fungi that want to wipe out humanity. There's something for everyone. And the best part is most of them are just one click away. But before we get into the video, it would mean a lot if you took a moment to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your kind support. Number 7. Twisted. Two millennials have the perfect scheme, subletting apartments in New York City that aren't theirs to rent. It works beautifully until they run into the wrong landlord. A landlord who turns out to be a surgeon and who has very specific plans for them. Darren Lynn Bousman takes an urban con artist premise and turns it into a survival nightmare where the hunters become the hunted, confinement is both physical and psychological, and exits are nowhere to be found. Desperate and claustrophobic, it will leave you breathless until the very end. Number 6. Hellfire. A former Green Beret arrives in a small southern town being crushed under the weight of a criminal syndicate and a corrupt sheriff. What follows is a one-man war. Isaac Florentine, a director with proven craft in the genre, puts Stephen Lang as the protagonist and Dolph Lundgren as the villain. And with that alone, you know exactly what kind of movie this is. It blends classic Western themes with modern action, personal redemption, and violence that carries real consequences. No pretensions, no filler. Just one man willing to burn everything that's wrong to the ground. Brutal and direct for those who want real action. Number 5. The Huntsman. An ICU nurse volunteers as a reader for a coma patient named Lincoln, the primary suspect in the murder of 6 women in a small southwestern town. The suspect's wife insists on his innocence. The detective on the case has no time, and the nurse finds himself trapped at the center of everything. Based on an award-winning novel by Judith Sanders, this is the kind of thriller that doesn't solve its mysteries with punches or car chases, but with truths nobody wants to uncover. The real horror isn't in the blood, it's in what people are capable of hiding. Smart and unsettling at every turn, it never lets go of the pace until the very end. Number 4. Psycho Killer. Jane Archer is a cop. Her husband, also an officer, was murdered by a serial killer known as the Satanic Butcher, and Jane decides to go find him herself. Written by Andrew Kevin Walker, the same screenwriter behind Seven, the film sends its protagonist on a road trip straight into the mental depravity of a killer, pushing the limits of what a person can witness and still remain standing. It doesn't romanticize the violence, it uses it as consequence. Jane's resilience is the heart of everything. Dark, intense, and merciless for those who can handle it. Number 3. Cold storage. Travis and Naomi work the night shift at a self-storage facility built on top of an old military base. Someone opens something they shouldn't have opened. A parasitic fungus sealed away by the government escapes from the underground levels and begins controlling minds and bursting bodies as the temperature rises. Based on the 2019 novel, the film blends dark comedy with biological infection horror in a way very few movies manage without breaking tone. A seasoned bioterrorism agent teams up with the 2 employees to contain the threat before the world ends. Chaotic, gory, and with pitch-black humor at the worst possible moments, it's pure gold for fans of the genre. Number 2. The Bluff. Ursula Bowden, nicknamed Bloody Mary, was one of the most feared pirates of the 19th century Caribbean. Now she lives quietly, with a family, far from all of that, until her former captain, Connor, shows up looking for revenge, and Ursula has to remember exactly who she was. Frank E. Flowers builds a historical action film with Priyanka Chopra Jonas at the center, fighting with swords, setting traps, and facing the villain she knows best, Carl Urban, in full brutal mode. The themes go beyond the action. Motherhood, betrayal, and reclaiming the identity someone tried to bury. Gripping, visceral, and with a protagonist who doesn't need to be rescued, this is one of the most anticipated films of the year. Number 1. Crime 101. Mike Davis is the cleanest jewel thief in the business. No DNA, no witnesses, no trace. One last big score. But his path crosses with Sharon Culkin, a disillusioned insurance broker who needs to escape her own life and lets herself get pulled into Mike's world without fully understanding what she's getting into. And meanwhile, Detective Lou Lubznick is closing in. Based on the novel by Don Winslow, Crime 101 blends the classic heist thriller with characters who make decisions there's no coming back from. Chris Hemsworth proves he doesn't need a hammer to command the screen, and Halle Berry gives the character a layer of complexity the genre rarely achieves. The cat and mouse game has never been this well performed. Sophisticated and addictive, this is your best option to kick off the year with top-tier cinema.
And that's a wrap. 12 films, 12 reasons to keep the screen on this 2026. Which one is already on your list? Did I miss one you think I can't skip? Let me know down in the comments. That's how we build the next video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. See you in the next video.